Here we are, hours away from the very end of November and just as long from the beginning of the 12th month. And the Christmas season, if you will, may have already started technically, but December, nonetheless, is just hours away. Less if you're catching the Late Show. Thank you so much for being a part of the program. Just mentioning the Late Show, I do want to mention, as I have it for quite some time, I know that the program is still only seen at 6 o'clock on Howard's Cable. There was an issue with the 11 o'clock that I don't think they were ever able to remedy as far as having the replay. Foothills Communications still, of course, has it at 6 and 11, and then a replay at 7 and 9 the following morning. And, of course, you can find it from anywhere on my YouTube channel, Your News Today by Rick Mortimer, and watch on your device, your tablet, whatever you have, wherever you are, as long as you have signal or Wi-Fi. With that said, so glad to report that what was a little bit of a gloomy forecast for Saturday's events has improved, the timing of which is more in our favor for the Christmas celebration. We'll be glad to talk about that. We'll talk about some friends of ours who will go to great lengths risking the lives of their own for two- and four-legged friends, as they reminded us of here as of late. One of our own has stepped into a leadership role at the state's capital, and he is one of a couple of Eastern Kentuckians to have done so. And ladies first, for the most part, for high school basketball, which is officially underway as of beginning games last night, officially starting the season here in Eastern Kentucky and the viewing area specifically. All that's going to come up a little more next. It's a rare, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to buy property in Magoffin County this Saturday. The estate auction of Marceline and Dutch Helton will take place Saturday morning beginning promptly at 10:21 on site. This auction will include a 20-plus acre tract that includes the house and the barn and 5 other separate tracts of land that will also go up at absolute auction. Somebody will buy this property Saturday. Terms of the sale, 10% down the day of, a 30-day closing, with Brent Tackett, the auctioneer, and Mary Wright, the broker. That's 6 total pieces of property on Lick Creek and Bloomington Branch, including the 20-plus acre tract with the house and the barn, all going up one at a time, starting at 10:21 at the former home of Marceline and Dutch Helton. Banking from home or on the go has never been easier, and will forever be an important and necessary part of life. And Sagersville National has been and will always be at the forefront of meeting and exceeding your financial needs and giving you the safest and most worry-free online and mobile banking so you can worry about the important things, like what's for dinner. They're there when you need them at the main and branch locations of the Sagersville National Bank. Parkway Pharmacy, as always, promises the quickest service with the very best care and prices, and to always have someone there to talk to when you have a question. With 3 pharmacists, curbside, drive-through, and call-ahead service. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400.
Where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
It's no surprise the Christmas season has arrived at the Seasonal Shop. It is your one-stop shop for decor, gifts, apparel, and so much more. New arrivals hitting the floor every day in all areas of the store. So whether you're going to a holiday party or school or a work day, they have you covered. Beautiful coats, dresses, and sweaters that are perfect for these colder temperatures. And they've got a large selection of fun Christmas shirts and sweatshirts and the accessories, of course, that you need to match. New Doodles by Rebecca Toppers are in stock with added bows for a little more custom look. And if it's gifts you're looking for, they have something for everyone. Kentucky Mountain coffees, festive mugs, and many sweet add-ons. And dips and cheese ball mixes make the perfect hostess or teacher gift. So come in soon and let the ladies at the shop help you check off your gift list. That's Fraser's Prater Drugs Seasonal Shop in downtown Sagersville. As members of the Kentucky House of Representatives are preparing to go back to session after the bright new year, the 2023 regular session starting January the 3rd, it was earlier today that House Speaker David Osborne and members of the House Majority Leadership released an updated list of committee chairs and co-chairs, some familiar names with some new titles. Osborne saying that this is a tremendously talented group of individuals who are well prepared to take the lead on these issues. Osborne saying he is grateful that they are willing to serve our Commonwealth and look forward to continuing our efforts to make Kentucky an even better place to call home. House standing committees meet while the legislature is in session. And when they do, they deliberate the issues under consideration, each committee having jurisdiction over the issues in specific subject matter. All legislation has to go through the committee process before being considered by the full House. And 2023 House Standing Committee chairs and vice chairs include, again, 2 from Eastern Kentucky, 1 from Magoffin County. Bobby McCool from Johnson County over in Van Leer, the representative for the 97th District, has been named as the chairman of the Budget Review Subcommittee on Post-Secondary Education, while Magoffin County native and resident, of course, John Blanton, a representative of the 92nd District, has been appointed as the chair of the Transportation Committee for the House, serving as the first Magoffin County native to be appointed as a Kentucky House of Representatives Committee chairman. Blanton told my editor Heather Oney earlier today that the Transportation Committee is one of the most important standing committees in the House, dealing with roadways, railways, waterways, and airports, and that his main focus will be policy and working on the state road plan. He actually spoke to Heather much further for an interview and report coming out in tomorrow's edition of the Sayersville Independent, of which I hope you will make a must-read. Blanton also adding in part that this position is vitally important for Magoffin County to have someone in a leadership role to continue to build infrastructure with the Mountain Parkway expansion and plans to 4-lane US 460. Blanton has represented us and the 92nd District for the House of Representatives since 2017, and in doing so has also served on numerous other committees. All that, again, and more in tomorrow's edition of the Sayersville Independent. It may not be the safest place to be in regards to the potential of getting hurt. If you stay on the trails and be very mindful, you can enjoy the beauty of the Red River Gorge any time of the year. For some, accidents happen. More often than not, it's a misstep or misguidance or something of that nature. And tonight's report reminds us that our friends at the Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team are always there, regardless of who the call comes from. They answer the call, every call, regardless of how many calls come in a day, a week, a month, or a year. And it's amazing the service they provide to all the folks who love to take in the natural beauty of the Red River Gorge. And it's not the first time they've rescued a 4-legged friend. Sadly, one of 2 did not make it. Earlier this week, it was actually Monday morning, the Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team got a 911 phone call that a man and a woman, they were hiking in the Pincham Tight Trail, and they had 2 dogs with them. The dogs ran on ahead, and both went over a cliff. This is about an 80-foot cliff, and one of them fell and was injured and actually perished as a result. The other, however, was retrieved after being basically uninjured. The dog's owners immediately trying to make it to their lost pets, and finally did, but had to have help getting them out. And in so, help arrived a short time later. We wish to thank my friend John May, all the other folks as well, who make up the very dedicated Wolfe County Search and Rescue Team. An updated calendar and a quick reminder of the schedule for this Saturday's Christmas parade and celebration in just a second. There where every day starts, it's made and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway. It's a rare, once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to buy property in Magoffin County this Saturday. The estate auction of Marceline and Dutch Helton will take place Saturday morning beginning promptly at 10:21 on site. This auction will include a 20-plus acre tract that includes the house and the barn and 5 other separate tracts of land that will also go up at absolute auction. Somebody will buy this property Saturday. Terms of the sale, 10% down the day of, a 30-day closing, with Brent Tackett, the auctioneer, and Mary Wright, the broker. That's 6 total pieces of property on Lick Creek and Bloomington Branch, including the 20-plus acre tract with the house and the barn, all going up one at a time, starting at 1021 at the former home of Marceline and Dutch Helton. You are now kindly invited to join us for our 23rd, yes, 23rd annual Christmas open house at the Keeping Room, where you can come and enjoy the sights and sounds of an old-fashioned Christmas with handcrafted goods, including original 18th and 19th century style watercolors, hand-painted signs, antiques, herbs, handcrafted soaps, unique one-of-a-kind gifts, and so much more. And refreshments will, as always, be served. Hope to see you there. The door opens at 10 o'clock this Friday and Saturday at the Keeping Room on West Maple Street in downtown Sayersville.
Car wrecks,
Truck wreck,
disability,
workers' comp,
slip and fall.
wrongful death.
Your case matters to you.
Your case matters to us. Contact McFarland Tinker Law Office. With our combined experience of over 58 years, we're here ready to work for you.
There's just no denying it. Some things you crave all year long, but some of those things you crave even more when the leaves start to change and fall and there's a chill in the air. And our famous fresh-baked chicken pot pies are at the very top of that list. They're a warm, tasty, delicious snack or a meal in its own perfect little box at your Sayersville Lee's Famous Recipe.
The Appalachian Wireless Holiday Sale is going on now. Appalachian Wireless has a holiday sale that will make everyone's holiday merry and bright. From now till the end of the year, visit us in-store or reserve online for an unbelievable sale on all the hottest devices. Deals like the iPhone 14 for just $99.99 or the iPhone 12 for just 1 cent. We know what you want for the holidays because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Up next, tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar with reminders. First, at the Water into Wine Food Pantry has set December dates, their regular commodity days, December the 7th and the 21st. That first one comes next week, just so it doesn't sneak up on you. And then those both Wednesdays, 9 to 11:30. Senior Commodity Day will be Thursday, the 15th day of December, 9 to 11. Candy Cane Lane is open and twinkling and beautiful as always. Kids, bring your letters, put them in the mailbox there at the end of the drive. If you don't see Santa about, well, he's got some important things to do and get ready to see you again. But if you don't, again, put a return address on your letter, and he'll get back to you. Candy Cane Lane at the Gardner Farm, open every night, 4 to 10. Please watch your steps. Stay on the beaten path, so to speak, because a lot of trip hazards with all the wires and lights. But they invite you to the Gardner Farm to have a wonderful Christmas season. Beautiful place to be. Beautiful sentiment, beautiful people. The weekend presents, of course, the big holiday bazaar and vendor fair at the Extension office. That's this Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 both days. And that, of course, is also coinciding with the annual Sayersville Hometown Christmas celebration this Saturday. My goodness. It all begins at 4 o'clock. Festive, start to finish. And a lot of it will be right on the Justice Center steps there at the entrance directly across from the Your News Today studios and Sayersville Independent offices. That's where at 4 o'clock the McGoffin County High School Band will be playing. They've been practicing, getting ready for the season. Didn't really need the practice. It will be awesome. They'll play for a half an hour, and then right after that, the Harold Whitaker Middle School Choir will be singing at 4:30. Again, right there on the steps of the Justice Center. And right around the time they will be winding down and everyone will be enjoying some hot drinks, I'll get to that in a second, parade lineup will start at 5 o'clock at the McGoffin County Funeral Home and at Logan Corporation. So if you're going through the parade, hopefully one of the many floats that we're going to have, and I'm told there will be many, or other parade participants, you will start to line up at 5 o'clock, as always, at the McGoffin County Funeral Home and at Logan Corporation before the parade, which will start at, of course, 6 o'clock or right around that time frame. I mentioned hot drinks a minute ago. Well, if you're in the downtown area, you can find them in a couple of locations. Before the parade, The Magoffin County Historical Society there at the cabins is where you'll want to stop. They, as they often or always have, will have hot apple cider and hot chocolate and cookies. Stop by, take a brief look around, enjoy the decorations, and stop and see the folks at the Historical Society and get you something sweet and hot at the same time. Then after you venture on into the downtown area, Tanya Ward's Circuit Clerk's office will be having hot chocolate right outside the Justice Center steps as well. So no reason not to have something hot and sweet to drink during the evening. So it all starts at 4 o'clock with all of the music and singing, and the parade will, of course, kick off right at around 6 in downtown Sagersville this Saturday. And if you are planning on riding through the parade, call this number, 606-794-6561, so they can get an account of all is coming and kind of have everyone mapped out and ready to roll at the time of the parade is to begin. 794-6561. We hope to see you there, and I was hopeful last night the weather forecast would change, and it did. Tell you about that in a minute. Meanwhile, if you got a calendar announcement, birthday or anniversary, this, as you very well know, is how you tell me, so I can tell everyone else about them. A reminder as we turn to obituary listings tonight from the Magoffin County Funeral Home, who says that services will start this Sunday at 1 from the Lakefront Church of God for Angela Sue Sam Blanton Montgomery, 51 of Sagersville, who passed away on Saturday at her home. The daughter of King James Blanton and the late Hetty Blanton. She survived by her daughter April Dawn Salyer, sisters Opal Back and Ella Reisner, brother Danny Downing, and 2 grandkids. Again, services Sunday at 1 from the Lakefront Church of God. Visitation will be Friday after 6 and all day Saturday, and any time prior to Sunday's services.
At Golden Law Office, our attorneys previously represented the nation's largest insurance and trucking companies, handling cases involving serious personal injury and death. We know their strategies, how they will defend the case, and what factors drive large settlements. The attorneys at Golden Law Office can use this inside knowledge to ensure your case is handled effectively and aggressively. Hiring Golden Law Office provides you with a strategic advantage. Call Golden Law Office today.
The reassurance of getting your medications and over-the-counter needs at Sagersville's oldest and most trusted pharmacy, the convenience of curbside pickup and call-ahead service, and the fact that you can walk in, order to go, or sit down and get gourmet quality hot fudge brownies, nachos, shakes, coffees, hot dogs with homemade sauce, desserts, and more makes it more than your hometown Good Neighbor Pharmacy. It's a destination in downtown Sagersville, Frazier's Prater Drugstore. It doesn't get any sweeter than that. Santa's coming, and he's bringing tires and wheels, and he knows just where to get them. Conley Tire in Staffordsville next to Foothills and ConleyTire.net. Come in or click and save $100, even $200 on a new set of Goodyears and other big discounts on all the big names. They've got wheels, tires, lift kits, and all the service and repairs you need, and 6 months no interest is perfect for the holidays. Conley Tire in Staffordsville. It was mostly ladies first last night for tip-off of the high school basketball season in the viewing area. Several of our teams tipping off last night, some I think tonight, many over the course of the weekend, as we're looking forward to an exciting season of high school basketball. I had a word earlier today with Coach Scott Castle just as he was going into practice, getting ready for the boys' season to start. As I told you earlier this week, they will tip off this Saturday. I think it's 8 o'clock that evening in Hazard in the DJ Begley Classic. The boys taking on Perry County Central in their first game of the season. They are on the road next week on the 5th, which will be Monday, and then later on in the week they host Pike County Central at home, their first home game of the season. Can't wait for that. As for the Lady Hornets, they are 1 in, and that was, of course, last night, as I told you, on the road at Prestonsburg. In the early season, they came up short against Prestonsburg by the to the tune of 19 points, 30-49 your final score. Want some good news? They are playing Cordia at home this Saturday, and that is the first of 6 home games in a row, taking us all the way through the 13th of December. A lot of Lady Hornet action to see. Again, hosting Cordia at home this Saturday afternoon at 1. Another thing to do this Saturday, a lot happening in Sagersville. The Golden Eagles and Coach Tommy McKenzie in the 57th District, of course, as well. They're still waiting in the wings. They will play, as does McGoffin County, in that DJ Begley Classic in Hazard. They play Knox Central this Saturday at 6:30, the official start to the Golden Eagle basketball season. As for the Lady Golden Eagles, though, well, they're already in. They, too, faced off last night. They hosted Betsy Lane on the hardwood, and it was an easy win for the Lady Eagles, almost doubling up on Betsy Lane, 54-23 your final score. They host, this will be a good one, that's right, Lawrence County. The Lady Eagles hosting Lawrence County tomorrow night. Tip-off set for 7:30. Switching on over to check in on the Tigers real quickly. And Coach Sloan, well, the boys waiting, well, not much longer. They are hosting Prestonsburg tonight. If you're catching the early show, that tip-off is set for 7:30, and then the boys of Paintsville will be officially underway. They'll be on the road away at Lewis County this Saturday, and then I think it's Tuesday of next week for their next home game against Shelby Valley. Lady Tiger action started last night. They were on the road, traveled up to Pike County Central, and an easy win for the Lady Tigers and Coach Les Trimble, 53-36 your final score. That gives the Lady Tigers a few days off until Monday, when they'll be hosting Betsy Lane, and then it's at McGoffin County on December the 9th for the Lady Tigers. Big, fun district matchup. And for our viewing audience and friends over in Lawrence County and the Bulldogs, the boys, the only boys team I think to play so far in the viewing area, well, they hosted Morgan County last night, 57-48 your final score. That will actually take them. I have Bath County on the screen. My apologies. It should say Morgan County with 48 points. They are at Bath County, however, tomorrow night, and then coming back home on Monday hosting Pike Central. Lady Bulldog action is up and running, and Coach Feltner and her Lady Bulldogs, a 68-44 win over West Carter on the road last night. They're on the road tomorrow at Central, and then next week at Letcher and Pike County, and then December the 13th will be their first home game hosting Russell. Now, let's go on to a pretty anticipated 7-day outlook powered by Licking Valley RACC, because a lot of things happening this Christmas weekend, the first of all for this season. And that's, of course, largely because of the Sagersville Hometown Christmas Celebration and a lot of other folks I know with a lot of other events. Glad to report the showers, the window for them has closed a bit and should cooperate well, very well, and much better than yesterday. Let's get there slowly. Not so slowly. Tonight, 25 degrees with near 16-mile-per-hour winds out of the west. We'll see continued clear skies for the rest of your Wednesday. Clouds will build tomorrow, be on the increase, but not making anything, just increasing. We'll see only about 39 degrees tomorrow after that cold front really blew through in the last 12, 14 hours or so. Dry, a light wind, mostly clear skies tomorrow night, patchy fog late, and there's your high and low for tomorrow, 39 and 24. Another chilly one. We rebound nicely for your Friday. Some patchy fog in the morning, but otherwise mostly sunny. 58 winds up to 16 miles per hour or so out of the south, and 33 that night. Shower chances late Friday night after 2 a.m. into your Saturday, technically into your Saturday morning, mainly before 10 a.m. We'll see gradually clearing skies and 56 degrees for your Saturday. Now, Saturday night, 24 as you saw, but it looks to be dry, we do think, for everything going on. Sunday, partly sunny, 47 and 36. Another chance of some showers rolling back in and increasing into your Monday, your Tuesday, and your Wednesday. Temperatures upper 40s, mid to upper 50s there in that 4-day span. Kind of an up and down situation. More clouds and showers in the latter 3 days of your 7-day. But a good improvement for Saturday's weather. And that's what we wanted to hear. And that will do it for this Wednesday. As I referenced earlier, more in tomorrow's edition of the Sagersville Independent, as my editor Heather Oney spoke at length today with Representative John Blanton, of course, the new chair of the Transportation Committee. She also has a story about a young person going out of their way to do a lot of giving to some very wonderful folks, and a very, of course, important time of the year. There are also a lot of other must-sees and reads that you'll only find there, not here or anywhere else. So please make sure you pick up an Independent tomorrow. And just to throw this out there, absolutely always a great Christmas gift. We have a lot of folks come in and get gift certificates for annual subscriptions. And there's coming a time, I don't know when, I don't know to what extent, but just to let you know, now will be a good time to save a few dollars. Print costs, paper costs are putting an even more stringent squeeze on the newspaper industry, and that wasn't in a good place to be. Of course, even when I acquired the Sagersville Independent, advertising dollars since COVID certainly are getting fewer and farther between. But our cost to print is going to translate into, at some point, we'll just have to look at raising just newsstand costs and that of, I believe, subscriptions. Not dramatically, but in some sort of fashion. So if you want to get an annual subscription for yourself or someone else this holidays, now's the time to think about doing it. Just saying. With that said, good night. Thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.